Shana Tova. Where to start? I asked Wendy where to start, and I said, Wendy, how about a joke? And she said, I don't think so. You may not pull it off, and some may not find the levity appropriate. So I said to myself, okay, where should I start? Let's start with something appropriate. How about something heartfelt? An explicit and abundant expression of gratitude to our staff and clergy. How about another expression of gratitude to our wonderfully engaged, diverse, and generous community that we know as North Shore Congregation Israel? I'm also very grateful today that we can even be here in this manner. Fortunately, some of us here in person, and fortunately, we have the electronic capability that others can join us via the internet. And we all hope very soon that we all feel comfortable meeting in this very room together. I also want to express appreciation to my fellow board members and previous congregational boards and leaders and previous presidents that have led this congregation for over 100 years. In a typical year, we take the Torah out and we pass the Torah from president to president. And to me, that is a reflection of the scores of folks that volunteered along with those presidents, along with those leaders, to lead this congregation to where it is today. So today I wanted to thank those past presidents personally and name them. Judy Gillard-Kitsis, David Grossberg, Jean Jacobs, Lorelei Rosenthal, Rob Olean, Barbara Borden, Judy Wexler, Ron Sonnenthal, Jody Weinberg, and Marilyn Perlman. Without the success of our previous leaders, we would not be in a position to continue to grow and expand as a community, the community that is North Shore Congregation Israel. I am truly humbled by this opportunity to simply maintain, let alone build upon the foundation that has been fortified by our previous leaders. Let me make a very simple statement. The state of our congregation, the state of NSCI, the state of our community is strong. It is strong spiritually, financially, administratively, and programmatically. On a spiritual front, I, for one, cannot imagine a better clergy team. The past 19 months have been incredibly trying on every one of us, and no more trying, incredibly trying on Rabbis Geffen, Green, Daniels, and Cantor Goldstein. Thank you all for your guidance, your intelligence, and your wisdom that has allowed our congregation to safely celebrate, learn, and unfortunately mourn over the past 19 months. Financially, we're in a very sound position. Our endowment has never been larger. We have established and we continue to grow operating reserves. We have absolutely no debt. One of the primary reasons for that sound financial position is the success to date of the Imagine the Possible campaign. We are 80% complete with that campaign, and I am incredibly optimistic and positive that we will meet 100% of our goal. Through the skill, leadership, and planning of Marilyn Perlman and other campaign leaders, I'm confident that this campaign will be as successful, if not the most successful campaign in our 100-plus year history. On a note that is simple yet incredibly telling, this month of September 2021, as of this month, we have collected more revenue in the form of dues revenue than we collected in the previous year, this time, last September, and the September before that. So after 2 years of basically not being together, the loyalty, the dedication of each and every one of you has shown up in a very meaningful way. From an administrative standpoint, we are incredibly appreciative and very lucky to have Todd Brayman and the entire team that he has assembled. They invest their time, energy, and their careers to literally allow us, NSCI congregants, to enjoy the many facets of NSCI, either in person or electronically. And finally, programmatically, the combination of our clergy team, the administrative team, and Dr. Roberta Goodman, and all of those that support the school have provided an opportunity to literally expand participation during this pandemic. So NSCI has many strengths. We have great numbers, we have an incredible clergy, we have an awesome team. These are all enviable characteristics. However, NSCI's most valuable characteristics are loyalty, generosity, resilience, and fortitude derived by the quality and diversity of our NSCI community. Let me take a step back. When I put my thoughts together, I knew I was going to jump right into it, and it reminded me of a scenario that I had in my professional life. This happened probably about 25 years ago when I was 30. And after a very brief introduction in a business setting with an older counterpart, he was probably about 55, do the math. I jumped right into the matter. I really wanted to get to the heart of the matter. And after a couple minutes of waiting patiently, this older gentleman stopped me in my tracks and he said, "Jeff, I think we can get something done, and I think that our organizations can get something done for many years. But if we're gonna do that, we first must build a relationship. Can you do me a favor? Can you introduce yourself?" In that spirit, let me introduce myself tonight. My name is Jeff Echt. I am incredibly proud and incredibly humble to be the president of North Shore Congregation Israel. I was born in Indianapolis, Indiana in March of 1966. And fortunately, almost 30 years ago, I married my lovely wife, Julie. We have 3 boys, Daniel, Alexander, and Henry. They all learned here, they all studied here, we're all bar mitzvahed here. Julie's parents extolled the virtues and importance of a Jewish upbringing in her and her sisters, as did my father and mother. They explicitly taught my brother, my sister, and myself the importance of being part and supporting a Jewish community. But how did I get here? How did I get right here? Well, it's kind of a straight path, and it sort of starts right there. Well, in a different room, but the same book, the Torah, because I kind of like studying the Torah. And when I say this, I think you'll realize it. The single longest running book club in the history of the world meets every Saturday. In this building and other buildings all around the world. And our book club is awesome. It is wonderful. It is a unique opportunity that I found, literally a Sabbath, a respite for 90 days to put my phone away and just to learn from a fantastic and knowledgeable group of clergy members. What did I learn? One thing I learned simply by observation. NSCI is an incredibly diverse community. I've referenced my upbringing. I grew up in Indianapolis. I went to school in Bloomington, Indiana, and I live here in Chicagoland. I like to travel. Our family loves to travel. I love experiencing other cultures, but basically, I've lived close to I-65 my whole life. The individuals, my friends that I met on Saturday mornings, grew up all around the world, all around the country. Holocaust survivors, others that grew up in Europe, others that grew up in Persia. I would have never met them had I not been there on Saturday mornings. I would never have learned from them had I not gone on Saturday mornings. Each of our stories, our backgrounds, create an amalgamation, a texture, a woven fabric that is NSCI's community. Which reminds me of a particular teaching, Genesis 2:18. It says, "It is not good for the human to be alone." Not the man, not the woman, but the human to be alone. To me, this means that skills, thoughts, and expressions of any one individual must be respected, as we cannot be successful, we cannot achieve our potential alone. It should not matter how an individual identifies by race or color, religion, sexual and gender identity or expression, or political affiliation. Simply put, our community at NSCI will continue to thrive as we display respect, mutual respect for others. And in our studies, as we move from Genesis, which sort of describes the formation of humanity, to Exodus, the story or the advancement or the creation of the Jewish community, we learn that the Jewish people are diverse. Even at a very nascent stage, it is a diverse lot. Exodus 12:38 describes the Jewish people as an Erev Rav, a mixed multitude. So even from the very beginning, at the time in which literally Moses was leading the Jewish people, this mixed mob, away from the tyrant Pharaoh, our people were described as a diverse group. Rabbi Geffen supplied me just this week with something I wanted to share with you from Rabbi Joseph Soloveitchik, one of the most renowned rabbis of the 20th century, that relates to this very point. He says, individuals belonging to the community complement one another existentially. Each individual possesses something unique, rare, which is uncommon to others. Each individual has a unique message to contribute, a special color to add to the communal spectrum. They contribute something which no one else could have contributed. They enrich the community existentially. They are irreplaceable. NSCI will continue to be open to a diverse population with diverse thoughts and opinions. All are welcome to join in prayer, discussion, and numerous functions and activities here at NSCI. We should continue to embrace NSCI's diversity. In addition to bolstering the physical safety in connection with completing the Imagine the Possible campaign, we must continue to respect one another in order to make us feel welcome. And as Rabbi Geffen just mentioned, to create safe places, emotional and spiritually safe places right here at NSCI. So let me end in the same manner in which I started this evening, with a sincere thank you. Thank you to each and every congregant that has contributed financial resources, time or expertise to put NSCI in a position to flourish. As importantly, I thank each of you for being you so that we can be we. L'Shana Tova, wishing you and your entire family and all your friends a very happy and healthy new year. Thank you.